In step with Islamic doctrine, Muhammad was a prophet, sent to evangelize and make sure the monotheistic teaching preceded by Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and other prophets. He's viewed as the final prophet of God. Muhammad united Arabia into one Muslim polity, with the Quran similarly as his teachings and practices forming the premise of the Islamic religion. Born in the year of the elephant, approximately 570 CE, within the Arabian city in Saudi Arabia, Mecca, Muhammad was orphaned at the age of 6. He was raised under the care of his paternal grandfather Abd al-Muttalib, and upon his death, by his uncle Abu Talib. In later years, he would periodically seclude himself in a very mountain cave named Hira for several nights of prayer. At the age of 40, Muhammad reported being visited by Gabriel within the cave, and receiving his first revelation from God. 3 years later, in 610, Muhammad started preaching these revelations publicly, proclaiming that God is one. That complete submission, Islam, to God is that the right way of life, din, which he was a prophet and messenger of God, the same as the opposite prophets in Islam. The followers of Muhammad were initially few, and experienced hostility from Meccan polytheists. He sent a number of his followers to Abyssinia in 615 to shield them from prosecution, before he and his followers migrated from Mecca to Medina, then called Yathrib, in 622. This event, the Hijra, marks the start of the Muslim calendar, also called the Hijra calendar. In Medina, Muhammad united the tribes under the Constitution of Medina. In December 629, after 8 years of intermittent fighting with Meccan tribes, Muhammad gathered a military of 10,000 Muslim converts and marched on the town of Mecca. The conquest went largely uncontested and Muhammad seized the town with little bloodshed. In 632, some months after arriving from the farewell pilgrimage, he fell ill and died. By the time of his death, most of Arabia had converted to Islam. Revelations, each called ayah literally, sign of God, that Muhammad reported receiving until his death from the verses of the Quran, regarded by Muslims because the verbatim word of God on which the faith is predicated. Besides the Quran, Muhammad's teachings and practices, sunnah, found within the hadith and sirah biography literature, also are upheld and used as sources of Sharia law.